Hi, so I'm going to teach you how to speak or sing while beatboxing. Now this is a technique that is used by most beatboxers these days, although the beatboxer who's probably best known for it is Rahzel. Now at the end of his album Make the Music 2000, Rahzel had a track called If Your Mother Only Knew. And this was basically a sampling from a live show where he's literally singing If Your Mother Only Knew, and then laying the beat over it as well. Now many people heard this, it was like, what is going on here? This is absolutely impossible. Turns out it's not actually that hard to do, and like I say, nowadays most beatboxers do it. Now Rahzel is actually often mistakenly attributed as being the first person to do this, when really a long time ago, Biz Markie did this as well for the song Make Your Music With Your Mouth Biz. And in this track he's rapping and beatboxing at the same time. And also performers like McFerrin do this on a regular basis. And even Michael Jackson could sing while beatboxing. Nevertheless, Rahzel was probably the first person who did it so convincingly, and he also used a couple of techniques which, as far as I'm aware, were not done before then. I'm going to talk about these today. Now it goes without saying that this is an extremely popular way to do song covers. It's also probably the easiest way of doing song covers, because even more so than the melody, people recognise the words for songs they like, provided they're sung clearly. Now there are, as I say, a couple of ways of doing this, and the main ways of doing it are putting sounds between your words. So for example, hi there, my name is Tony. Or actually working the words into the sounds themselves. Now for the first technique, which is, as I say, putting sounds between the words, certain sounds work better with different words, and this all depends on the syllables which are used, the consonants which are used for the words. Because as you've probably gathered by now, a lot of beatboxing sounds are pretty much words which are just altered slightly. For example, boo-ti-ka-ti, boo-ti-ka-ti, boo-ti-ka-ti. So if you think about the sounds you're producing and the words that you're trying to say, you can get words and sounds which pair up better than others. For example, would work better with something that begins with B, like better, better, better. But certain sounds like a rim shot, for example, wouldn't work with that word at all. Better, better, better. Now if you are going for this method, something to keep an eye on is the timing. Make sure you're keeping your beats consistent, otherwise it will just sound really, really messy. For this, more than anything else, you have to really keep an eye on the timing. Try and keep a simple, constant beat going throughout. Because if you're switching up the beat, it will sound messy and people won't understand what it is you're trying to do. So if you are trying to go, hello there, my name is Fat Tony, keep it at the beat throughout. Don't go, hello there, my name is Fat Tony, M-I, because it doesn't sound good. For the second, which is actually working words into the sounds, hello there, you need to know how to hum while beatboxing. I do have a very good tutorial on this. Before I go any further with describing this, a snare drum works far better than a rim shot. This is because it's easier to do a snare drum while humming than a rim shot. And the theory behind this is, if you think of a long word, for example, look, 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 if you change the oo in the middle to a hum from your nose as opposed to a from your mouth, you can do a beat at the same time. Look there, look there. Now it may not sound too clear when you start doing this, but if you experiment and toy around with both techniques, you can really get some decent sounds going on. Especially make sure you work on the enunciation for the words you're producing as well as the sounds. Now for example, Rahzel used both of these techniques for If Your Mother Only Knew, Roby. If your mother only knew now. If your mother only knew now. Whereas Biz Markie really stuck with just the first technique. I want to, I want to, I want to, I want to. Now with some experimenting you can get some really complex stuff going on, and you can also bring in different effects to change the beats as well. For example, I have a routine called the drop a beat echo, which goes like this. Drop a beat, spit a rhyme, do them both at the same time. Drop up a beat, spit, ta ta, rhyme, do then, ba at the same time. Drop up a beat, spit, ta ta, rhyme, do then, ba at the same time. Now there is a niche group of beatboxers which focus almost entirely on beatboxing and freestyle rapping at the same time, who call themselves beat rhymers. And this is where they literally freestyle words and freestyle beats at the same time. It ties in pretty closely with the first technique predominantly, so it's definitely worth checking out some of the videos. Yeah, that's all from this video. For more references, do go check out If Your Mother Only Knew. A quick Google search or YouTube search will definitely bring up some results for it. Check out the likes of Bobby McFerrin, who does entire shows effectively beatboxing and singing at the same time. And of course Biz Markie for Make the Music with Your Mouth Biz. Peace out. Whereas, for example, a rim shot wouldn't work as well. That was my running along a balcony sound. But for